Hello everyone and welcome to The Beat Goes. My name is Rebecca.
And my name is Jack, and today's episode we'll be discussing the Brit Awards, Grammys, Whitney Houston, UK's Best Songwriter, and many, many more. Now, of course we have to start with the Brit Awards. The 32nd annual Brit Awards took place last week in London, with James Corden hosting the awards, Adele receiving Brits for Best British Female and Artist and Best Album, and Ed Sheeran receiving Best British Male and Best Breakthrough Artist. But what we all really want to know, what I've been dying to know, is what did Rebecca Skinner think of the awards?
Well, Jack, thank you for that wonderful introduction. But I think personally, it was fantastic this year. It was really, really good, and I think that the highlight for me was Adele's performance. It was fantastic.
It was stunning.
It was fantastic. But what do we think about her flipping the bird? What do you think?
I can understand where she was coming from. It wasn't on primetime telly, so it's not like if there were children up, then it was up to the parents to
it was the parents'
realise
fault
that it was 10 o'clock at night. But I can understand where she's coming from because it was her big moment and she got cut short in the biggest award of the year. So that Blur could go and do some old man dancing for 12 minutes.
Which
Nobody wanted to see them doing old man dancing. And a pair of Doc Martens. Doesn't make you cool just because you're wearing Doc Martens. You, Blur. I'm looking at you right now, looking into your soul.
Still give it up.
But apparently, according to our sources here and ATBG,
we're holding our breath. What is it,
The reason why Adele flipped the bird, the real reason, was because the catering staff imposed a cake ban on her.
A cake ban?
A cake ban.
On Adele.
On Adele, which is completely ridiculous because, let's be honest, nobody's getting in between Adele and a cake. She loved the cake! She loved the cake!
Before Jack goes off on one,
she loved the cake.
She does. X Factor band One Direction beat Adele out for Best Single. How annoyed I am about this is it's beyond words. What about you?
I can only express it in that's how I feel about One Direction winning that award. But it does show the power of the fans, ladies and gentlemen. The power of the fans. Go you for promoting shit music. It's all on you. Well done. Well done, boys and girls.
Proud.
Well done.
Anyway, moving onward. Music's biggest awards show, the Grammys, took place a couple of weeks ago in Los Angeles. And as we know, it was basically the Adele show because she took home 6 Grammys. And we finally saw Chris Brown's return to the Grammys after 3 years hiatus, which is a big deal. It's a pretty big deal. After, he got charged and stuff. But as we know, he's really big in the rhythm and blues thing. After all, we did see Rihanna's face in 2009, didn't we, Jack?
We did indeed. We saw a lot of, as much as you can through the bruising. As much as you can through the bruising, we saw bits of her face. We saw a bit of an eye and a bit of a lip, mostly.
Maybe side of the nose.
But what really got my goat, Rebecca, it got my goat.
He's getting annoyed, okay?
Was
He's upset here.
Bon Iver winning Best New Artist 4 years after the debut album. It's like calling a 5-year-old a fetus. It's ridiculous.
It is. It's
ridiculous.
Okay, Jack's gone off on one here. Anyway, Jack, what you were talking to me earlier on about Spotify.
Spotify. Yes, with 10 million active users and 2.5 million subscribers, paying 76 quid, each was double amount of average iTunes user. Is Spotify the future of music? Rebecca?
No. I'm putting it bluntly. No.
No, I don't think it is either, to be honest.
How many times do you put on your favourite CD and think, I'll just crank the hi-fi up even higher because I can? And then you think about downloading said same CD on a laptop. It's just not the same sound quality, it's not the same feeling, it's crap.
I think tapes haven't really lasted that well because, tapes are rubbish. But CDs and records will last the entire of time because everybody wants a physical copy of that moment in time that was created.
And nothing beats the CD or the vinyl. The sound quality is fantastic.
But what annoyed me more was, for the first time in 10 years, I actually got an iTunes account just to be told today that it is being replaced with Spotify. So that was money well spent, ladies and gentlemen.
He's
money
furious.
Well spent.
He's absolutely furious. But anyway, moving swiftly onwards from Jack's annoyance of iTunes and Spotify. On the 11th of February, the world lost a legendary musical icon, Whitney Houston.
Praise her.
He does. He praises her high. She was possibly the most awarded female musician of all time. She had, 415 different awards during her lifetime. when it came up to 2010. So should we praise her, or as the media puts it, leave her as the drug addict she became?
Well, I think you can all understand where I'm coming from here when I say that she is amazing. We love Whitney. We love Whitney. I mean, she did more for the music industry than most of the other artists out there in the world. I mean, she was the first black gospel singer to market herself
in the mainstream,
and specifically at white teenagers, which hadn't been done before.
Nobody had even thought about it before, and then Whitney she just moved and did it.
If it wasn't for Whitney, you wouldn't have Mariah, you wouldn't have Leona, you wouldn't have Beyonce, you wouldn't have Destiny's Child, you wouldn't have lots of these other artists. So let's forget for a second about all the needles that she used to jab into her arm. Let's forget about the
amount of money she spent on crack and...
Let's forget about the crack.
The junkie, just forget it.
Forget about the crack. Just because in the middle of her nose nearly fell out doesn't mean that we need to just betray her like this. She was amazing.
We don't deny the talent. I mean, the question at the end of this would be, does death really heighten status? I mean...
Well, think of the other famous junkie, Amy Winehouse.
But the question is, did Amy Winehouse do what she did to be up there with the Janis Joplins and Kurt Cobains of the world, you know? It's kind of a different topic entirely, so...
It's slightly a different topic.
Another show, that's...
Let's not talk about this 27-year-old suicide pact, and let's move on to Bono. We're moving on to Bono here. I mean, that's a bit of a fall from grace from Whitney to Bono, but anyway. U2's Bono's stake in Facebook is about to make him the richest rock star in the world. The company's valuation is estimated at £63 billion, making Bono's 1.5 share worth almost £70 million, which is about £189 million more than the current wealthiest rock star, Sir Paul McCartney. I mean, does this really make a difference to Bono's music? I mean, this is the man that brought us Spider-Man the musical. I mean, good on you, Bono. You took a good idea. You took music. Good idea, music. You took Spider-Man, good idea. And you created a big steaming pile of rubbishness. We're not allowed to say that word, Rebecca. Bleep.
Rubbish. We'll leave it at rubbish. I don't think it's going to make any difference. I mean, how many artists put random stuff up on Facebook, random stuff up on YouTube, and it makes no difference to their lives? So Bono buying Facebook, or buying a tiny bit of Facebook,
it's all about the money.
He's lost the ability to make music in the first place, so he thought, I'll just go for the money instead.
But he does have no friends. So at least he has money now, instead of
money
friends.
to buy the friends, Jack.
Go you.
Buy the friends.
Go you. Buy your friends. Make them out of clay for all I care. Now.
Women in...
Oh, here we go. Everybody, let's just sit back and relax. The soapbox is coming out.
Okay.
Rebecca.
Jack and I completely disagree on this topic. Absolutely 100% disagree on this topic. Sizeism in music does my nut in. It just annoys me, okay? I mean, Adele, Michelle McManus, right? Two fantastic voices. Fair enough, Michelle only made one song. Fantastic voice. Told, no, you're shit, go away and lose the weight. You know, I don't think personally weight has anything to do with the voice. Why do we put so much emphasis on size 12, size 2 skinny shrimps? Well, I don't get it.
I don't think
the voice is what matters to me, and it's ridiculous the amount of prejudice there is against people that are my size or bigger. It's ridiculous.
Well, cake-induced heart attacks don't really do a lot for the voice, do they, ladies and gentlemen? No, they don't. But I understand what you're saying. I do. But nobody wants to see a fatty in a bikini thrusting their vag at your face, going, "Ooh, look at me singing about an S&M." Nobody wants to see it. Nobody. So yes, it's important. It's important.
Right. Okay.
Nobody wants a fatty.
Onto a subject that's similar, that Jack and I, we do agree on this.
We do.
We agree highly. We are solidarity together on this one. The concept of ageism in music, and I'm talking 54-year-old woman standing in front of me on a stage in lycra swimwear. Yes, who are we all Jack? Who are we all talking about?
We're talking about
Madonna.
Now let's just think about it for a moment.
She's the same age as Jack's mother.
My mother! See, if I saw my mother wearing a lycra swimsuit, I'd tell her to go to prison. I would get her done for abusing my eyes. Nobody wants to see this. Madonna, put your shriveled up vagina away. Stop collecting your children like Pokemon cards. You've got enough, leave them be. Get off my telly! Get off it!
Are we sure not? Are we sure she's cool enough for Pokemon cards? You sure it's not like Digimon cards or something like that somebody from...
Oh, she's very cool. I mean, she has MIA, but I mean,
I thought it was maybe like with the shriveled up stuff. It was stuff that everybody had forgot, and that. And when
It's all our hopes and dreams. The hopes and dreams for our children shoved up there.
Just keep the love and give it to your kids. Just leave my eyeballs alone. They've been abused enough, Madonna. Get off my TV and give up.
Right, before we're sued, we're going to move on now. We're going to move on to the dance evolution. This month's Billboard magazine cover story features Diplo, Skrillex, and A-Track in the electronic dance music phenomenon that is happening all over the world. But these people are being perceived as rock stars. But are they really rock stars, Rebecca?
I don't really think so. I mean, everybody has a different perception of what a rock star is, but at the end of the day, when you come onto the music scene, does that not kind of automatically make you a rock star in the literal sense of the word, whatever that might mean now?
I mean, it does. I mean, look at Rihanna. Look at Rihanna. I mean, all Rihanna does is get a bad haircut, gets her tits out, drinks too much, and suddenly she's a rock star.
She'll be doing a Whitney next, for all we know. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, what could... I mean, you've got the classical art, the classic artists from way back when, even though you don't agree with me. We've got Bon Jovi, we've got Bryan Adams, things like that. They were considered rock stars in their time. So the genre, it changes. The genre will always change. The definition goes with it.
I think rock star is just anybody that is in music industry that is idolised. And yes, these people are to a certain extent rock stars.
But dance has been with us for ages as well. So music is music, and the genres kind of go out. The names and genres go out the window, don't they?
They do indeed.
They do. But moving swiftly onwards, we discuss the most successful songwriter at the moment, Calvin Harris. He's a Scottish DJ and producer who was named most successful songwriter of 2011 with hits such as Bounce, Feel So Close and We Found Love. He's possibly the biggest selling artist of the summer, completely. I mean, you couldn't walk into a shop or to be honest, even go on a bus without hearing somebody have it in their headphones. That song was everywhere over the summer. Do you know what I mean? The Smeezingtons came in second and Adele came in third.
Who are the Smeezingtons?
I don't know. I had never heard of them before.
Go you Smeezingtons for doing well with your music, but
well
we don't know who
guys. You are. We've no idea, but go you.
Go you.
So what do you think about Adele and the kind of year she's actually had?
I mean, we can be cruel to Adele. We're very cruel to Adele, and I apologise from my heart. The heart that's not going to have a heart attack. The non-heart attacked heart from all the cake. I apologise to you, but I mean, look at you. There's so much that we can make fun of. It's going to last all season. You're a running joke on our series, and it's only episode 1. But when it comes to the music, if you close your eyes and don't look directly at her, then she's got some amazing songs.
She really does.
She's written some amazingly. She's an amazingly talented woman, and good on you.
Well done.
Overcoming your fatness and actually making something of yourself.
That's Jack's opinion. I don't. Keep this to yourself, Jack. It's not my opinion, personally.
So from there, according to research done by the Performing Rights Society, Glasgow was revealed
Jack can get his words out.
In the UK city which has inspired the most song titles with 119. Edinburgh came in second with 95 and Birmingham third with 89, which is weird because I've never personally heard of a single with Birmingham in the name.
I mean, what if you're writing a song, what can actually rhyme or fit with Glasgow, Edinburgh, or what was the other one? I don't even remember.
Birmingham.
That was the other one.
See, you're so forgetful. How can 89 people write a song about you?
Exactly.
We can't even
you have no relevance to our lives. But there are loads of reasons that people come to Scotland or Glasgow, specifically Glasgow and Edinburgh to write songs. I mean, the scenery, the culture, and the general atmosphere. I mean, a night out in Glasgow's like none other, really. I mean, there are loads of reasons I could see people writing a song about those particular cities. Maybe not Birmingham, but that's just me.
But why are you wanting to come to Glasgow? Because these people aren't even from Glasgow. Why is anyone crossing the border into Scotland in general? I mean, I can understand Adele. I mean, we do deep fry Mars bars, so positive for her. But
it's a positive.
For the majority of you, why are you here? We're trying to leave. We're trying to get out of Scotland. You're not trying to. Let's do an exchange program. I'm offering it up to you now. Message us atgb.co.uk. Exchange program. I'll come and live in England. You can come live up here.
Send me to New York. Send him to London. We'll be happy about it.
Probably fine. Now,
moving swiftly onwards.
We're going to talk about Rebecca's favourite artist now.
My favourite. Emily Sandé's album getting to UK #1. Emily's debut album, Our Version of Events, is currently the #1 album in the UK, which is pretty big news for for the R&B singer, who happens to be from Alford in Aberdeenshire in Scotland.
She also has the weirdest accent in
does.
the world. Where are you actually from,
We can't
Emily
place you.
Sandy?
What's going on?
You're like a little mohawked Martian when you're opening your eyes.
What's
What's this all about?
What's the mohawk about? Forget where she's from. What's the haircut all about?
Well, it's apparently very trendy. I mean, probably on planet Mars. But it's trendy to
Or
some
Venus,
people.
who knows?
At least she's different. I mean, she wasn't going to get...
Well, as you put it out to her, Olivia.
Because, you know, I'm all street and...
But on his street movement, James, what do you think about women dominating the charts at the moment?
Well, see, this is an issue that's quite debatable. 10 years ago, you were hard pushed to find 5 female artists that you could find. However, nowadays, it's completely populated with women. I mean, they're everywhere. I mean, most of them are semi-naked, which explains a lot about how they're actually getting out there. But
It's one of the only reasons.
why do you
They're literally
think...
getting out there.
They're literally getting
Getting
out
it
there.
out there.
But why do you think that there's so many female artists out there and so few males that are breaking into the mainstream?
I mean, there's a high demographic of male supporters for the all-female singers and bands and things like that, mainly because they're getting it all out there. That's what I think the reason is. It's all about how they look. It's not really completely about the music anymore.
I think that's fair enough, but I think that women have completely embraced the whole package. I mean, women are pushing the boundaries when it comes to every kind of... They're pushing the boundaries when it comes to the music,
style.
they're pushing the boundaries when it comes to the styling, they're pushing the boundaries when it comes to their performances. Lady Gaga, Rihanna, every
Lady
time
Gaga
do
does
a
it
completely
really well.
different performance.
Completely. It's not the same person. You can see Rihanna one moment and be looking at a totally different girl the next. It's fantastic.
Sometimes that's a good thing.
It usually is.
Sometimes that's a good... You don't want to stare too long at Rihanna, you might catch something.
Yeah, it's a bit like Adele. Stare too long, you'll blind yourself.
Yes.
Usually
she'll
by the
eat you.
tatas.
Runs at you like a rhino.
Adele would squash you like one, but that's a different topic.
Right, so...
Um,
I think it's time to round us up before we actually get sued.
so that's all for this episode of The Beat Goes On. Please check our website, atbg.co.uk.
Or our Facebook page, Facebook.com/ATGB online.
I'm Becca.
And I'm Jack. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon.
Goodbye. We as a team have decided we really need to make some apologies this evening.
Yes, we would like to apologise to Adele,
Rihanna.
Madonna,
I need to apologise to Madonna too.
Chris Brown,
And pretty much every fat person.
fat people, gay people, small people, tall people,
Long.
ugly
short.
people in particular. I just apologise on behalf of the fact that you are indeed ugly. I'm sorry. I'm so deeply sorry. So yes,
He's crying, he's that sorry.
we would like to apologise to you all and hope that you have not been
Been
offended
offended.
by what has happened in this show. We are now going away because we have been sued. So hopefully we will see you in 2 weeks.
Sorry.
If we don't, peace out.